So he film begins with a pretty girl. Her age was 10 to 12 years, her head was adorned with horns, and she also owned wings. Her name was Maleficent. She was a cute fairy. She was living in a magical forest. She hasn't seen the outer world till now. This beautiful forest was her everything. You can also think that she hasn't seen humans till now. But still, she is happy in her forest. There were all creatures in the forest except humans. There were also strange animals. One day Maleficent was going somewhere in the forest. She seen a small boy. He was her age, so she inquired, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" That small boy tells Maleficent that I live in a kingdom nearby. I have seen a diamond here and I picked it. Maleficent takes that diamond back from him. She says, "Let me drop you to your kingdom." That boy says that okay, I will go, but will you be my friend? And if I will again come to this forest so and I play here. Then Maleficent says that this is magical forest and it's not good for you to come here. But let's see. With it, they shake hands. Then Maleficent feels current. In fact, she felt current from the iron ring of that boy. She tells that the iron burns the fairies. So don't come while wearing it. After it, we see that boy returns to his kingdom. But that kingdom which he comes to, that kingdom wants to occupy that forest. The parents of that were also not alive. Becomes the good friend of Maleficent. And it didn't make sense to them that they were from the opposing kingdom. They play together and many years passed like this. The boy used to come there and play with Maleficent. Now they were grown older. They both were of 16 years and start liking each other. Maleficent thinks that humans are not enemy of fairies. They are nice. She also doesn't know that there is also greed in them. One day Maleficent was thinking that many days passed and this boy is here. She remembers one more thing about that boy. He said that when I will grow older I will occupy my kingdom. There is a castle there, I will also get it. This means Maleficent was still not understanding that the boy was greedy. One day Maleficent was sitting in her forest. She sends that the king of Anna, her kingdom, arrives there with a lot of army and horses to occupy the forest. Maleficent was the fairy of her forest. She knew very well to protect her forest. She stands up. She was more powerful now. She says to the king that you can't come to my forest. The king says that I didn't ask you. When it orders his army that I want her dead body. Now the army of the king moves towards the forest. But the strange creatures while sitting on the horses from the forest attack them. Now the king and his army were fully injured. All humans run from there with fear. That this is the magical forest and we can't fight with them. The king returns to his kingdom. The king was old and very weak. He gathered all the people. He says to them, you all know that there is a lot of treasure in that forest. And from the beginning, I am saying to you that we will occupy that forest. But because of my condition, I don't believe I can go there and fight. But I promise you that whoever kills Maleficent, I will marry my daughter to him. Then among them, a boy comes out. He says that I will go there. You will be shocked after hearing that who was that boy. This was Stefan. Means that small boy who plays with Maleficent. Now we see that Stefan goes to the rest to meet Maleficent. After many years he goes there and Maleficent asks him that where were you for many years? Don't you think about our friendship? He says that please forgive me, I was busy but I didn't forget you. Even now I come here to tell you that our king wants to kill you. Just take care yourself. I am here for your protection. After it they start talking. Maleficent says that I forgive you. Because she didn't know that humans could be worse. She believes in him. Stefan, on the other hand, was a greedy person. He compels her to drink drugs from the water, and she faints. After it, Stefan picks up the knife and was about to kill her. But he fails. Then in the next morning, we see that when Maleficent comes into her senses she has no wings. There were her wounds. Seeing it, Maleficent didn't believe her eyes. She starts screaming and weeping. Because her beautiful wings were not with her. Now she was not a princess with wings. On the other side, we see that Stefan arrives at the king while taking the wings of Maleficent. He says that, "See, I have completed the promise which I make with you." The king becomes happy with him. While taking the wings from him, he makes him the king of the kingdom. Here the dream of Stefan also completes. The dream of that greedy man. On the other side, we are shown Maleficent in the forest. She was sad because she can't fly now. She was going somewhere while walking from the forest. She sees that a hunter is about to kill a crow. She can't bear all this. She immediately makes that crow a human. That hunter gets scared and runs from there. That crown that was now become a human, he comes to her. He says, "Thank you. But why you do this?" Then Maleficent says that, "I couldn't tell you. My heart feels sympathy for you." That crown says that, "Now I will serve you the whole life. I will obey you whatever you will say." That crow was happy to become a human. Maleficent also agrees on it. She names him Diavel. Diavel brings information for her. Maleficent comes to know that just to be king, Stefan had killed her wings in the greed. She starts hating humans. Her trust in the humans removed. Then we see that Stefan had married the king's daughter in the kingdom. Now a daughter born in his house. There were a lot of celebrations. Nobody knows that who was coming there, and who was coming there from the far distance. Getting a chance from it, Maleficent also goes there. She starts wishing for her. She says to that small baby that, "You are so pretty. But as you will turn 16, a needle will prick your hand. After it, you will die." So that's not a full explanation. Wait for next part. So thank you for watching, and part 2 I will upload as soon as possible. So if you like my explanation, like this video and comment that need part 2.